Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.
Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered with mud. And you'd have to keep your eyes closed so as not to be blinded by the dust. Well, when you're traveling along in life, Rangers, common sense acts as a pretty important windshield. It lets you see where you're going.
I am the greatest.
Did you ever think what it would be like traveling along in an open car without a windshield? Boy, you wouldn't go very far before you got all splattered.
All right, everyone, welcome to the fifth Road to Reparations Community Show. My name is Moya.
I am. Oh, go ahead, Miss Darlene.
I am Darlene. Go ahead, Kim.
And I'm Kim. Hey, y'all. We back inside the digital building.
All right. So I guess let's go ahead and get this party started, shall we?
Yeah. And we're getting started, unfortunately, today with a sad ashe. Jacksonville Dollar General shooter was racially motivated and hated Black people, police reveal latest. 2 men and a woman were killed in a racially motivated shooting in Jacksonville, Florida on Saturday. The gunman, a white male in his 20s, quote, hated Black people, end quote, Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said. The shooting took place at a Dollar General store just blocks from the historically Black Edward Waters University. The gunman was initially seen near the library on the campus, but security guards tried to take him into custody and he escaped. Shortly before the shooting took place, the gunman's parents called law enforcement to say that they had found a manifesto, reported WIXT or WJXT. The gunman had reportedly called his parents ahead of the attack and told them to look at his computer. Sheriff Waters described those writings as a, quote, disgusting ideology of hate, end quote. He also confirmed that the 3 victims were Black. The shooter, who had entered the store with an assault rifle covered in swastikas, took his own life. And you can see a picture of the gun up there in the corner with the swastika on it, which is reminiscent of what happened in Buffalo at the Tops grocery store, which was also a racially motivated attack. And we need an anti-hate, Black hate crime bill ASAP. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Absolutely. And I understand that parents, try to give their quote unquote adult children leeway, but sometimes you just gotta know your child, look in that room, look in the basement, and see what's going on. He's 20 years old. He's not an adult.
Yeah. I don't know the legal age to drink in Florida, but I know the legal age to drink here in California is 21. And
well, I'm not even talking about legal. You know your child is not mature at 20. We all know that.
Oh,
we
yeah,
have children. That's what I'm saying.
Right. At least the parents did try to notify the authorities. I will give them that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's, like you said, too little, too late.
A little too late. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Ashe to the Vixen in Jacksonville.
All right, so if you haven't seen it, go check out Reparations Now at reparationsnowdoc.com. That's reparationsnowdoc.com. We're working right now on uploading some behind-the-scenes material, so we will let you know when those scenes will be uploaded. Every Tuesday, started at July 25th, the case of Emmanuel Smith. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. That's in Menlo Park and also in East Palo Alto. So yes, go check out the case of Emmanuel Smith. If you shop on Amazon, you can support Emin the Mass Media Group by clicking on the Amazon affiliate link. And make sure before you shop, click on that affiliate link first, and then put stuff in your cart, and then pay for your order. So that would be greatly appreciated. 41-21-1. 41 Assembly, 21 Senators, 1 Governor equals California reparations. I'm sure for those who know, you know what that means. But for those who don't know, it's going to take at least 41 Assembly, 21 Senators, and 1 Governor to pass and then sign what would soon to be the first ever in the nation historical reparations bill.
Right, and you'll be hearing more about that formula as our reparations bill go through the legislative cycles. May even hear about it later this afternoon, right here on ETM.
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah. We've got a town hall coming up, a virtual town hall. Chris L. should be joining us for this, so tune in for important updates on, what's going on in the California legislature and how you can get involved.
Exactly. 80 members in the Assembly, 33 committees, and plus subcommittees. I think later we're probably going to get into the subcommittees, get further into that, but right now we're just trying to focus on the legislators. In the Senate, there's 40 senators, 22 committees, and plus their subcommittees.
All right, so let's get into it. What we've all been waiting for. Hopefully, you've heard the news about SB 490, which is a bill regarding the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, CAFA office that we're calling it. And that is a bill that is coming about, and it went through a process called gut and amend bills in the California legislature. So we want to read through that bill with you today, but first we wanted to just give you a little background on what a gut and amend bill is. All right. The controversial replacing of bill contents with unrelated subject to the original contents of the bill. And this was an article from capitalreview.com. If you want to take a look at the full thing, the link is down there. You can screenshot it and look it up for yourself. One of the controversial occurrences during the annual California legislative session is so-called gut and amend bills. According to the Legislative Council, these measures are defined as when amendments to a bill remove the current contents in their entirety and replace them with different provisions. The controversy is in the second part of the process, replacing the bill's contents with a subject which is unrelated to the original bill contents of the bill. Such amendments raise the issue of legislative issue germaneness, which refers to whether the proposed amendment is relevant to the subject matter currently contained in the measure. While Legislative Council may opine on the issue of germaneness, the determination of germaneness is decided by the presiding officer and ultimately subject to an appeal by the membership of the respective House. As a result, a majority of members of the Assembly or the Senate determines whether the amendments to a measure are germane or not, and therefore whether the gut and amend was proper or not. So that just stick a pin in that information as you know, SB 490 goes through the cycle because it is a gut and amend bill.
So Kim, why is this important?
Well, this is important because, like I said, SB 490 is a gut and amend bill. So there might be, as was mentioned in the article, some kind of appeal related to that. So it's just something to keep an eye on the germaneness of the bill. And originally, as you may know, SB 490 started out as just a bill to extend the California Reparations Task Force. It has been gutted and amended to now be for the California American Freedmen Affairs Office here in California. So that's why it's important.
Absolutely. And we'll see if we could, once we go through the SB 490, we'll see if we could get the link. So those on live and then those on the replay can read the bill for themselves, but we're going to go ahead and read the bill today, as we usually do on Human the Mass Media Group. Okay, so right now, as you can see on your screen, is SB 490, called the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency bill. As Kim was saying, this was amended from the extension of the AB 3121 task force. So this is actually an interesting turn of events. I think for some of us who's been following the reparations and advocate space, we didn't know this was going to happen, but here it is.
Surprise!
Good surprise in my opinion, but. This is the first step, right? If you do have your opinions as we go through in terms of the bill, let us know. Put it in the comments. Any questions? We'll go ahead and we'll try to respond as best as we can. But I guess let's go.
Well, I do have a quick question, Morian, before we start. Mm-hmm. It says the original bill was introduced by Senator Bradford February the 14th. Can you scroll up? Does he use the word? It says amend. I'm sorry, scroll down. But it's not actually introduced again. Amended. but the word introduce is not used.
Oh, at the top where it says amended in
Yes.
the Assembly,
Yes.
August 22nd, 2023.
So by what Kim just read us, it's not necessary to introduce it since it's already in there. So it's just amended.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my take on it, that
Yes.
this amendment
Okay.
has breathed new life into this bill so it can continue on its way through the legislative cycle.
Okay.
That's interesting, though. I wonder why it said amended in Assembly. Shouldn't it say amended in Senate?
You would think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
We'd
these
have
are
to find
questions.
out.
But anyway, amended, maybe it's amended in the Assembly. Because I
Yeah.
know in the life cycle, it has to go through certain, things. So maybe it was landed it's in the Assembly now. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to take a further look into it, but
Yeah, maybe we can ask our, political analyst when we meet up with them later this afternoon at the town hall
maybe we can even get Senator Bradford
to come through.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe we can. All right. So is that it, Darlene, or is there anything else you wanted to?
No, I was just curious why. I mean, because we're saying everything I've seen, they've used the word introduced, but the word is not actually on the bill. When it was amended on August 22nd, but they don't use the word introduce. But that's what I've been seeing.
Well, I mean, they use it at the bottom, but
that was introduced on February 14th.
That was February 14th.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, something good to know. All right. SB 490. I mean, first of all, can you two see the screen pretty well?
Yes.
All right. SB 490, California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, amended in Assembly August 22nd, 2023. Let's see, California Legislature 2023-2024 regular session, Senate Bill number 490, introduced by Senator Bradford, February 14th, 2023. Just to, give the listeners and people who are watching kind of some clarification. If you could see, there's actually, I believe, something else called the blue version, which doesn't include some of these changes in or on bills, but we wanted to include the changes so we understand and the people who are watching understand which items actually got changed. All right, here we go. In Act 2, add Part 14, commencing with Section 1600 to Division 3 of Title 2 of the American Government Code relating to state government, in the Legislative Council's Digest. SB 490 as amended, Bradford, California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. Formal law until July 1st, 2023, established a task force to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans, with a special consideration for African Americans who are descendants of persons enslaved in the United States task force. Former law required the task force, among other things, to identify, compile, and synthesize the relevant corpus of evidentiary documentation of the institution of slavery that existed within the United States and the colonies as specified, and to recommend the form of compensation that should be awarded, the instrumentalities through which it should be awarded, and who should be eligible for this compensation. I'll go ahead and read the next, 2 paragraphs, and Kim and Darlene, if you want to take the next paragraph or two. The bill would establish the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency in state government under the control of the director, who would be appointed by the governor. The bill would require the agency to implement the recommendations of the task force as approved by the legislature and the governor. To accomplish this goal, the bill would require the agency to be comprised of specified offices including a genealogy office and an office of strategic communications and media affairs that would be responsible for specified duties related to reparations and claims. The bill would also require the agency to oversee and monitor existing state agencies and departments tasked with engaging in direct implementation of the policies that fall within the scope of the existing state agencies and departments' authorities. In that regard, the bill would establish specified offices within the agency to provide prescribed oversight of existing state agencies and departments, such as a social services and family affairs office to provide oversight of existing state agencies' efforts to identify and mitigate the ways that current and previous policies have damaged and destabilized descendant families. Among other things, the bill would also require the agency to include certain offices, including a medical services office and a legal affairs office, to perform other specified oversight and monitoring duties related to the goals of the task force. I know, Kim, Darlene, you want to take this?
I'll take it. But the people of the state of California do enact as follows. Section 1, Part 14, quote, commencing with Section 16000, end quote, is added to Division 3 of Title 2 of the Government Code to read, Part 14, California American Freedmen Affairs Agency, Chapter 1, Definitions. 16000, for purposes of this part, A, agency means the California American Freedmen Affairs Agency. B, descendants means African American descendants of chattel enslaved person or descendants of a free black person living in the United States prior to the end of the 19th century. C, director means the director of the California American Freedmen Affairs Agencies. D, task force means the task force to study and develop reparation proposals for African Americans with a special consideration for African Americans who are descendants of persons enslaved in the United States as established under former section 8301.1. Chapter 2, General. 16001A. The California American Freedmen Affairs Agency is hereby established in state government. The agency shall be under the direct control of a director who shall be responsible to the governor. B. The governor shall appoint the director of the agency who shall perform all duties, exercise all powers, assume and discharge all responsibilities, and carry out and effect all purposes vested by law in the office. C. The salary of the director of the agency shall be fixed pursuant to Section 12001. 3. Chapter 3, Powers and Duties. 16002. The agency shall implement and recommendations of the task force as approved by the legislature and the government. To accomplish this goal, the agency shall include all of the following offices. A genealogy office to support potential reparations claimants by providing access to expert genealogical research to confirm reparations eligibility and expedient assistance with the reparations claim process. B, an Office of Strategic Communications and Media Affairs to provide streamlined access to information and services to assist the descendant community, the media, and the general public in understanding the work performed by the agency. C, a Community Support Office to improve accessibility, transparency, and public trust in California's reparations program and its claims process. D.
And if you want to pass the baton, I'll take it from you.
Okay, I can pass the baton. Go right ahead.
And speaking of baton, I saw a headline. I haven't had a chance to look into it. Talked about the women's American team being disqualified from a race because of some botched baton pass. I have to look into that a little bit further.
Yeah, it was definitely somebody's fault.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they definitely got disqualified because of their error.
Okay. D. A business affairs office to do all of the following. One, provide support in the establishment of a Freedmen Savings and Trust Bank. Two, support the entrepreneurialism and a foundation for financial literacy. Three, provide business grants and assistance in obtaining business licenses. Four, employment training and apprenticeship programs to train unhoused descendants for employment in housing construction and related trades. Five, establish public private reparative justice oriented partnerships. E, an office of the chief financial officer to provide policy leadership in strategic planning, budgeting, and financial management. The chief financial officer's duties shall include all of the following. One, processing claims for direct compensation in the 5 atrocity areas as identified by the task force. Two, conducting internal audits for management purposes to evaluate the efficiency, economy, effectiveness, financial aspects, or other features of the agency, its branches, and programs. Three, administration, including but not limited to auditing of contracts and grants. Four, assisting the establishment of the state sponsored or state chartered Freedmen Savings and Trust Bank to service the descendant community. Five, potentially collaborating with 501c4 organizations where beneficial to the goals and purpose of the agency. Six, administer the compensation funds approved by the legislature and the governor for all those eligible to receive compensation. F, a creative, cultural, and intellectual affairs office to address the disruption of cultural centers in the name of redevelopment and to address the history of censorship of descendant-produced media arts. The duties of the office shall include all of the following. One, building, restoring, and maintaining American freedmen, African American, and descendant cultural and historical sites, creative centers, public displays, and monuments. Two, advocating for the monitoring the removal of harmful relics. Three, supporting knowledge production and archival research with community archives and repositories. Four, supporting legacy families. Five, providing support for descendant in the arts, entertainment, and sports industries, including but not limited to identifying and removing barriers to advancements in leadership and decision-making positions in these industries. Six, supporting descendants in news publications, arts, including but not limited to film, radio, television, podcasting, and new media and lifestyle activities. Seven, supporting parity in sports participation, coaching, management, and ownership. G, a data research and collection office to identify and analyze trends in past, current, and potential future badges and incidents of chattel slavery, and to advise the governor, legislature, and other state and local governmental entities as to policy changes designed to heal and repair the descendant community from these badges and incidences. H, a civic engagement and self-determination office to support ongoing education on African American history and political engagement, and to support civic engagement, political participation, and self-determination among the descendant community. I, an office of general counsel to provide legal advice, counsel, and services to the agency and its officials, and to ensure that the agency's programs are administered in accordance with applicable legislative authority. The general counsel shall also advise the head of the agency on legislative, legal, and regulatory initiatives, and serve as external liaison on legal matters with other state agencies and entities.
All right, Kim. I guess that's a hint.
Take it on home, you more, yeah.
All right, hand the baton. First and fourth leg, but it's all good. It's how we do. All right, 16003. The agency shall oversee and monitor existing state agencies and departments tasked with engaging in direct implementation of the policies that fall within the scope of the existing state agencies and departments' authority. The agency's oversight and monitoring shall include, but not limited to, all of the following. A, an education office to do all the following. 1, to provide oversight and monitoring of the payment of tuition to the state's community colleges, the California State University, and the University of California for California residents who are descendants, and to ensure that existing state educational agencies eliminate barriers to higher education for descendants. 2, to encourage, oversee, and monitor the building of infrastructure for the operation of new freedmen schools, colleges, and universities. 3, to provide oversight and monitoring of educational grants and support education initiatives focused on descendants. B, a social services and family affairs office to provide oversight of existing state agencies' efforts to identify and mitigate the ways that current and previous policies implemented by existing agencies have damaged and destabilized descendant families. The office's oversight shall include, but not limited to, all of the following. 1, excuse me, monitoring of existing state agencies, recruitment and training of descendants in industries that assist descendant seniors, such as healthcare systems. 2, providing housing advocates and housing attorneys to assist with housing and houselessness. 3, providing financial and social support services for housing unhoused relatives. 4, developing a hotline to report harms related to housing. 5, providing financial support services to support descendant home ownership. 6, ensuring treatment for trauma and family healing services to strengthen family unity. 7, providing descendant informed mental health and stress resiliency services, financial planning services, career planning services, and civil and family court services. C, a medical services office to provide oversight and monitor the state's efforts to provide technical assistance to community wellness centers in local descendant communities across the state to do all the following. 1, decrease state-sanctioned health harms, including but not limited to mental, physical, and public health harms and neglect. 2, to decrease mental health stigma. 3, teach stress reduction and resilience tools. 4, create communal spaces. 5, support cultural and racial socialization to support mental health. 6, provide community-defined evidence and promising practices for prevention and early intervention mental health programs. 7, offer mental and physical health screening and referrals. D, a labor and employment office to oversee and monitor labor and employment discrimination and benefit claims involving the descendant community handled by other state-level complaint investigation and education agencies. E, a development office to provide oversight and monitoring of state-sponsored and state-funded infrastructure development to ensure that descendants receive a proportionate share of the development of housing, including subdivisions, multifamily, and mixed-use development, businesses or commercial districts, and towns or cities. F, a legal affairs office to do all of the following. 1, provide oversight and monitoring of state agencies that provide legal services to descendants, including in criminal cases, and oversight and monitoring of state entities that receive, document, and investigate civil rights violations and hate crimes, and ensure that such entities provide a hotline and database for descendant community. 2, advocate for civil and criminal justice reforms, including but not limited to youth and adult decarceration programs, abolition and housing and houselessness legal services. 3, monitor the provision of civil legal services, including free arbitration and mediation services and other forms of conciliation courts, to the extent needed to close the justice gap. G, a strategic partnerships office to oversee and monitor the state's collaboration with community-based organizations and other relevant organizations, and to oversee and audit state funds dispersed to identify community-based organizations and other relevant stakeholders to ensure that funding is directed toward eligible individuals or entities. So yes, that is the updates to the SB 490 current bill. So see how any updates happen, and or if any updates will happen, and see what it goes through the how it goes through the legislation. So that is
I
it.
think it's off to a good start, and updates certainly need to happen. I mean, what jumps out at me is it does not identify who is going to be working at this office, and I think there needs to be some priorities definitely put into place to, you know, regulate that. Let's say regulate.
Yeah, I think maybe Kim, you sent over some information about the Indian Bureau Agency, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
have to take a deeper look
Yeah.
at that. But apparently, they are able to prioritize in their hiring. And like I said, I just think it needs to be something that's established in this bill from the outset.
Yeah, is it? I don't quote me. We should probably definitely confirm this. Is it like a preferential?
Right. Basically, we get to hire our people.
Yeah.
So we'll take a closer look at that. So stay tuned on that information and drop us any ideas of anything that you think might have been missed in this bill or needs to be included. Yeah, but it is a good start.
It is a good start, and I do appreciate how many times they use the word descendant. So I do appreciate that. Even though that's in the title, I mean, California American Freedmen Affairs Agency.
But you know how sometimes it be in the title, but then when you get to the meat of it, stuff starts changing.
Exactly.
So
yeah, so I do appreciate the usage of the term.
Yes. Good job, Senator Bradford.
Yes. Shout out for real.
All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here, and I think we should really go over. I don't know, Kim. Do you want to start on the? I don't know what slide we're gonna start on, but if you want to get that slide going.
All right.
Like, I don't know if with the SB 490, I think we should probably actually maybe either do a pre-recording or have another show and just kind of go through it in more detail.
Kim, it should be slide 27, District 27. Yeah.
All right, cool. I think we should, go over it just to say, okay, yeah, this is good. This needs to be, this is our opinion.
Wait, Darlene, why should it be District 27?
Yeah, what are we starting on 25 or are we starting on 27?
Oh, I'm sorry. It should be District 25. Okay. Forgive me. You're always correct. But you know what? I saw District 30, so.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
We
I should know
forgive
better
you.
who I'm talking to.
We forgive you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. We should do a breakdown, really get into the granularly breaking down these offices in the CAPA legislation. So, yeah, that can be a future project for sure.
All right.
Okay, so what you saw about District 30, Miss Darlene? So you're not not entirely wrong here. It looks like this candidate, Anthony Portantino Jr., is a candidate for U.S. House California District 30. So it looks like he has Congress aspirations, and that is his next political, push. But currently, he sits in the Senate, District 25 here in California. His tenure is 2016 to present and ends in 2024. He's been in that position for 7 years. Let's see here. He has offices at the Capitol here in Sacramento, Glendale District Office, and a San Dimas District Office. Let's see, his district, District 25, has a population of just under 1 million people. The demographics in his district, we have white at 50.1%, equaling roughly 474,000 residents. Hispanic, 26.5%, 250,000 residents, and Black people at 5.1%, at approximately 48,000 residents. It looks like Mr. Senator Portantino supports public education, mental health, and sensible gun control. The counties that he serves are Los Angeles and San Bernardino. Let's take a quick look at his resume. Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 25, assumed office in 2016. His current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. Portantino is running for election in the U.S. House to represent California's 30th congressional district. He declared candidacy for the primary scheduled on March 5th, 2024. Portantino served in the California State Assembly representing District 44 from 2006 to 2012. Prior to his election to the Assembly, he served on the Law Canada Flintridge City Council from 1999 to 2006 and was mayor of the city of La Canada Flintridge from 2001 to 2002 and 2005 to 2006. He did vote aye on AB 3121.
Thank you, Kim, for having me look at District 30 and what it really says about that. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pronounced La Cañada.
Cañada, yes, not Canada.
Oh, Canada.
All right,
La Cañada, fan.
Thank you, Yamora. Thank you.
All right, let's see here. We have Maria Elena Durazo, who's of the Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 26. She assumed office on December 5th, 2022. Her current term ends on December 7th, 2026. Durazo, Democratic Party, ran for the re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 26. She won in the general election on November 8th, 2022. All right. So I wanted to put some of her, I guess, districts and cities that she is supervising, because LA, for those who haven't traveled to LA or who haven't traveled out to California, Los Angeles is a huge city, very populated. And not only is it populated, it's actually, like, in terms of like geography, is large. So I know, like, in some places on the East Coast, and particularly in New York, you know, and in actually out here, like, it's pretty packed, you know, and it's built up. But Los Angeles is like large. The county is like super huge. So so I just kind of wanted to put an example out there with let's see, Maria Elena Durazo, about some of the cities or districts that she oversees. So here we go. I should say represents. All right, here we go. The 26th Senate District of Los Angeles includes neighborhoods of Boyle Heights, El Serrano, Highland Park, Eagle Rock, Glassell Park, Mount Washington, Cypress Park, Lincoln Heights, Atwater Village, Elysian Valley, Arlington Heights, Echo Park, Silver Lake, Los Feliz, East Hollywood, Little Armenia, Thai Town, Larchmont, Koreatown, Pico Union, Westlake, MacArthur Park, Historic Filipino Town, Chinatown, Little Tokyo, Arts District, Civic Center, City Terrace, and East Los Angeles. She does have a deferred area, which includes portions of Alhambra and Commerce, and I think I pretty much have visited all those neighborhoods as well. All right. So she has an office in Sacramento and in Los Angeles. Some of what she does support is union workers' rights and parks and recreation, and she voted yes or aye for AB 3121. And to note that Maria Alonso Durazo defeated Peter Choi, I believe, in the general election for California State Senate District 24 on November 6, 2018. So at the time, she was, I guess, a senator of another district. So now she's represents District 26.
All right.
Okay, now we do have District 27.
Yes.
Yes, and that is Senator Henry Stein. He is with the Democratic Party. His tenure is from 2016 to the present, and his term ends in 2024. He's been in that position for 7 years. He has an office in Sacramento at the Capitol and also Calabasas District Office. It's a total population of 966,000. White being at 55.5% or 541,000. Hispanic 26.4%, 257,000. Black 2.9% at 28.1 thousand, and Asian 11.7 at 114,000. He supports clean energy, wildfire mitigation, housing, and mental health care. His counties include Calabasas, Hidden Hills, Malibu, and Simi Valley. If I could stay on Simi Valley for a minute, if anybody remembers that, what happened there, Umoja Kim?
I don't, but aren't those cities rather than counties?
Well, that's what he has listed under his counties.
Really?
We can verify that, but
Yeah.
I can verify it, and we could change it if need be. Yes,
Okay.
but
no,
Simi Valley.
Yeah.
I know where Simi Valley is, but what I don't know
what happened.
happened.
Okay, March the 3rd, 1991, Rodney King.
Yeah.
He was beaten by four Los Angeles police officers after pursuit of driving while intoxicated on Interstate 210. And it was actually caught on film, so it was really before all the smartphone cameras. So it was caught on film. Yes, and at the time, Daryl Gates, the police chief, wanted to move the trial that the four officers who were charged with excessive force. They moved the trial from LA to Simi Valley because of all the publicity. So at the time, the jurors was 10 white, 1 biracial, quote unquote, I don't know what that means, 1 Latino, and 1 Asian. And the prosecutor, Cherry White, was a black man. And of course, on April 29th, all the officers were acquitted. In April 29th, 1992, all the officers were acquitted. This spurred the LA riots of 1992, which lasted for 6 days. At the time, Mayor Tom Bradley offered King $200,000 and a scholarship for 4 years of college. King denied it. He instead sued the city and county of Los Angeles and was awarded $3.8 million. And sadly, King passed away on June 17, 2012.
Thank you for
Yes.
that history, Darlene. And it
You're
looks like
welcome.
Axe here in the comments knew exactly where you were going with it.
Yes.
Rodney King incident.
Yes. And then
Mm.
what happened in the census in 1990, it was 80% white in Simi Valley. So we could understand that jury verdict. And to go back to Senator Stein, he is with the Democratic Party. As a member of the California State Senate representing District 27. He assumed office in 2016. And again, his term will end December the 2nd, 2024. Stern ran for election to the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors to represent District 3 in California. He lost in the primary on June 7, 2022. And he was a no vote for AB 3121.
A no vote or no not recorded. No vote
Well,
recorded.
we talked about that. Whether a no vote does mean not recorded, but it says no vote. So we talked about whether it's not recorded or just a no vote. He didn't vote.
He didn't vote. So he didn't vote no.
No. He just
But
did not
there
vote.
is no vote recorded.
Just a no vote.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's a question. If he is your representative that you need to ask him is, where his vote was at on AB 3121 and what his position is currently on reparations for descendants. All right. Moving on to District 28. We have Lola Smallwood Cuevas of the Democratic Party representing District 8. Her tenure is 2022 to present, so she's brand new. Her term ends 2026, so 0 years in position. Let's see, she has offices at the Capitol here in Sacramento and in Los Angeles. District 28 has a population of just over 1 million people. The demographics on that, we have white at 45.1% or 444,000, Hispanic at 42.1% at 415,000, and Black at 4.2% at 41.1 thousand there. And again, she represents Los Angeles County. She supports access to quality jobs, reduction employment discrimination, and improve industries that employ Black workers through action and unionization. Let's take a look at her resume. Democratic Party is a member of California State Senate representing District 28. She assumed office December 5th, 2022. Her current term ends December 7th, 2026. Smallwood Cuevas ran for election to the California State Senate to represent District 28. She won in the general election on November 8th, 2022. So she was not in office at the time of the AB 3121 vote. So definitely, if she is your new representative, you should get to know her.
And Kim, can we state that she's only the one of two Black senators?
Yeah, you just did. So she's one of two Black senators, and the other is, of course, Senator Bradford.
All right, Kim, before we go on to the next slide, I want to share my screen. I didn't actually provide the race and ethnicity demographic. So I just want to share my screen for District 26.
Okay, District 26.
All right, so for District 26, the population is 720,000 approximately. White is looking at 44% at 318,000 roughly. Hispanic at 44% as well at 3,200,000, so they're neck to neck. and Black is at 1.8% at 13,000. So yeah, I just wanted to get that clarified.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Screen.
All right. So we just did District 28. Moving on to 29.
All right. Josh Newman, Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate, representing District 29. He assumed office on December 7th, 2020. His current term ends on December 2nd, 2024. Newman, Democratic Party, is running for re-election to the California State Senate to represent District 37. He declared candidacy for the primary scheduled on March 5th, 2024. Newman is a former Democratic member of the California State Senate representing District 29. He was recalled from the position on June 5th, 2018. Ling Chang, a Republican, was selected as his replacement. The effort to recall Newman was launched in April 2017 following the passage of SB 1, a bill that increased motor fuel taxes to pay for transportation projects. Newman supported SB 1. The recall was launched by former San Diego City Councilman Carl DeMaio, who was a Republican, said Newman was targeted because of the slim margin in his 2016 victory. Several legal and legislative controversies arose from the recall effort. Newman was first elected in 2016. He won by less than 2,500 votes, defeating Assemblywoman Ling Chang, Republican. Before Newman's election, District 29 had been represented by Republican Bob Huff since 2008. So I know we usually talk about the AB 3121 vote, yeah, so he was basically not in office during the time because he got recalled. And so at the time, Senator Ling, who was a Republican, actually voted, I believe, an aye for it. But yes, he was not in office at the time. He's in Senate District 29, which is comprised of portions of Los Angeles County, Orange County, and San Bernardino County. He has offices in Sacramento and a district office in Fullerton, California. Supports military veterans, mental health resources, local schools, local businesses, and protecting open spaces. Total population approximately is under 1 million at 954,000. Hispanic or Latino at 361,000, 37%. White alone, 234,000, 24%. And Black or African American, 23,000 approximately at 2%.
Very low, very low. Okay. We have next Senator Barb Archuleta. He is California State Senate of District 30. His tenure is from 2022 to the present. His term ends 2026, and he's just started. So he just started in 2022. So he has a capital office in Sacramento, of course, district office in Norwalk, California. The total population is 941,000 plus. We have white at 14.8% or 140,000. Hispanic at 49.7%, 468,000. Black at 26.2% at 247,000. Asian 6.5%, 61,500. Wasn't a lot on him, but he sits on a lot of committees for military, so he definitely supports all things military and all things veteran affairs. His counties are Los Angeles and Orange. Senator Archuleta is the Democratic Party, is a member of the California State Senate representing District 30. He assumed office December 5th, 2022. His current term ends on December 7th, 2026. He is running for election of the U.S. House to represent California District 31 Congressional District, and he declared his candidacy for the primary scheduled on March 5th, 2024. But he looks like he did vote for AB 3121. Yes.
All right. Good for him.
And I am glad to see at least there's 26.2% of blacks. That's probably been the largest so far.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. So it looks like
Yeah.
his district is, diverse with black and brown, more of a, probably one of our, communities that has been, mixed gentrified. All right, so it looks like we're at the hour here, and we've got to get some things ready for the town hall coming up. So I think we're going to wrap it here and resume next week with Senator 31, and that will take us through that should take us through the senators, and then we'll be ready to start on the assembly. So you want to give us a quick rundown of the AB 3121 votes?
All right, we'll take that up to 30 and then continue with the others later. Let's see here. Just need to blow it up a little bit on my end. All right. Let's see here. So we have, once again, Brian Dell was a yes. Mike McGuire is a yes. Bill Dodd, yes. Maria Alvarado wasn't in office. Susan Talamontes, Eggman, NVR, no vote recorded. Roger W. Niello, not in office. Stephen M. Glacier, yes. Angelique Ashby, not in office. Nancy Skinner, yes. Aisha Wahab, not in office. Scott D. Weiner, yes. Shannon Grove, NVR. Josh Becker, not in office. Anna M. Caballero, yes. Dave Cortez, not in office. Melissa Hurtado, yes. John Laird, not in office. Steve Padilla, not in office. Monique Limon, yes. Caroline Minyajavar, not in office. Scott Wilk, yes. Susan Rubio, yes. Rosalicia Ochoa Bo, not in office. Benjamin Allen, yes. Anthony J. Portantino, yes. Maria Elena Durazo, yes. Henry I. Stern, no vote recorded. Lola Smallwood Cuevas, not in office. Josh Newman, not in office. And Barb Achuleta was a yes.
Okay, and as always, we have to take a look at the AB 31 no vote adversaries. Darlene, do you want to do the honor on speaking these people that we need to keep an eye on? As always, the ones in the highlight with the black highlights are no longer in political office, so we don't have to worry about them. All three of the no votes in the Senate are no longer a part of political office, but the ones with the yellow highlights are still around. Would you do the honors, Darlene?
No.
No?
No. I'm
You
trying
don't
to
want
get
to
the because of
speak
my
these people into the universe? I'll
no,
do it.
no. What I'm trying to do, Kim, is how I'm just trying to get the link. So I need to concentrate on doing that without shutting the broadcast off.
The link to what?
Umori wants the SB 49 link.
Boom, that's already in there. Done.
Where?
Yeah,
In the,
we just,
in the comments.
Oh,
well, I
okay.
hooked it
All
up.
right.
Appreciate you,
Okay.
Darlene, making the effort though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna make an effort, but you know, 1, 2, 3. I gotta,
All right, all right. So let's
It's all
speak
good, family.
let's speak these enemies into existence.
Okay, now which ones do we really want to speak into? This Megan Dale for sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
District 1.
District 1, Vincent Fong. District 32, James Gallagher. District 3, Devon Mathis. District 33, Jim Patterson. District 8, Marie Warren. District 74. Also, a reminder that Kylie, even though he's no longer here, he is going to be in the U.S. House District 3, and Jay Obernotti is going to be in U.S. House District 23. Even though they will not be voting in California, we still need to watch them as, reparations move to the national level.
Thank you, sis
Yes.
Darlene. We need to, get the sister circle on these people. So,
Yes.
all
All right,
right.
so let's go down through these comments just real quick, and then we will wrap it up, shall we? As always, good brother, Black Magic Mike in the building. Appreciate you, family. As always, we appreciate you coming through. All right. Surely advocates must have influence SB 490. Possibly. Good chance that some of us did. I must say. Get the good and the right senator on the broadcast. Yeah, we'd love to have Senator Bradford in the building. We'd love to have him. So maybe we'll reach out. Yes, somebody messed up. Yeah, if I'm assuming you're talking about the 4x400, yeah. It's definitely a rookie mistake. But hey, everybody makes mistakes. I'm sure she'll bounce back.
Yeah, and they've had a good run on the 400 relay for sure.
Yeah. So we got the Olympics coming up. I believe it's in Paris. So she definitely has time to redeem herself. Peace, family. Glad to be here. Yeah, shout out. Thanks for coming. Axe in the building. Rodney King incident. Yep, Simi Valley. I remember the uprising city was burning for 2 weeks. Absolutely. All right. Wonder whether that's why they use yay and nay. I wonder.
Good point.
All right. So yes, family. Please click on that affiliate link if you ever shop at Amazon.
And we know you do.
We know y'all do. So go ahead.
I just did yesterday myself personally.
Boom. So yes, go ahead and support.
Using the affiliate link.
All right. Was NVR established to be no vote at all, or voted but not record of the vote? Or not recorded, but not record of the vote. We still need a follow up. I mean, because we are honestly a little confused by that. But I mean, from our initial understanding, it's no vote recorded, meaning that they probably weren't there. But we definitely need at least to follow up on one of these legislators to see if they were there or not, or they just didn't want to vote, so there was no vote.
Right, so but how does that differ from an abstention?
Right.
Well, when Senator Bradford comes on, we can surely ask him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely get some clarification on that.
Mm-hmm. Regardless, he didn't vote yes, so.
Well, yeah, that's for sure.
That's for
wasn't.
Sure. Yes.
One thing we do know.
That's what we do know. Mm-hmm.
All right, family. So thanks again. Kim, can you put up the flyer for today? Yes. Take down that comment as well. So check us out We will be in a virtual town hall meeting. If possible, we're going to try to either put up a phone line, or maybe you can come and join us another way. So if you have, that's 2 to 3 PST. So for those in other time zones, please take note of the different time zone change. So yeah, that's today, 2 to 3 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm pretty sure our good brother, Chris Lodgson, will be with us to speak on what's going on here in California for reparations, which is sponsored by Mass Media Group, ARC Sacramento, and shout out to the ARC Bay Area family in the building, and CJEC, Coalition for Just and Equitable California, right here on YouTube.
You see this where I'm circling? That's Carol.
Which one's Carol?
You see where my pointer is?
Absolutely not.
Oh, anyway.
I see Carol though.
Yeah, it's Carol.
Yeah,
Tiffany.
I think I see Carol.
Yeah, Carol, Nita. I'm not sure who this is. Tiffany.
All right. Is Carol, is her arms kind of shrugged up? Is that her?
Yes. Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So what y'all is looking at, this is the final California Reparations Task Force hearing. We was all in the house. ETM was Mac in the back style, covering it all. So yeah, that was a beautiful day.
Yes, and if you haven't seen, well, we recommend, we actually have a playlist. If you haven't seen all the task force hearings, you can check it out on our platform. But this one in particular, which was the 16th meeting, you can actually go ahead and look at it on our platform and see the beautiful audience listening and watching the California Reparations Task Force. All right, fam. I think that's about it. So if there's anything else, we're going to hopefully see everyone later. And I think outside of that, for me, peace and reparations.
All right. Thank you, family, for all that came and for those who will listen later.
Peace and reparations, lineage based, of course.
All right, fam. Peace and reparations.
To slay any opponent that's up in our way. Look at Malcolm X and his delivery. Any debate, he would make them pay. One round, eat them up like souffle. Boots on the ground from the past and today. Tradition must carry on every single day. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Cut the check. Black August. 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 On this month, we have the rise of the Phoenix, George Jackson. From the day that we landed from Arthur Ashe, when the Wimbledon game birthed the Henrietta Lacks. Second, J Baldwin born with the fire next time. 1964 Jersey race, struggle is sublime. Speech of Frederick Douglass, no struggle is no progress. Florida gets rid of slavery, it was grotesque. Emancipation Day for the Black Creek Nation. Louis Armstrong born the great trumpet sensation. Andrew Johnson denied the freedmen. Confiscation Act tried to patch the bleeding. Cali House and the ex-slave pension. North Pole Trailblazer Matthew Hinton. Whitney Houston turned the Star-Spangled out. Isaac Hayes with the stars, no doubt. Watts rebelled, Black Chicago caught hell with the infamous riot tales. As we say, we go black, 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 black. Here we go, black.